students. I hope you all are well. I'm Himani Sharma, your educator. I warmly welcome you all on our YouTube channel where we are going to discuss about this particular thing which is known as the strategy of UGC NET paper 1. Now you all have thought that yes, let's just appear and apply for this particular NET examination, which makes me eligible for the post of an assistant professor, or which is going to help me out for my PhD and research purposes. But what about the strategy? How are you going to move forward with your paper 1, which is going to be a lot important when it comes to pushing your scores up? Right? So we are going to talk about it gradually through these slides. So the NET examination, first of all, it happens and is conducted by the government body known as NTA, which stands for National Testing Agency. Now the paper happens in 2 parts, like basically in a single 3-hour duration. The paper is divided into 2 parts, paper 1 and paper 2, correct? So paper 1 here is the one which is about which we are going to discuss and strategize, as in what are the tips and tricks, what is the strategy, how to move forward with doing the preparation of the 10 units from which questions are going to be asked from the examiner in the NET examination, correct? So the duration is 3 hours. Subject specifically, it's known as paper 2. So in paper 2, the 100 questions which are going to be there solely and solely would be based on the subject that you have done your masters in, correct? So let's just say you have done your masters in Hindi literature. You are going to appear for the paper 200 questions will solely and solely be related to Hindi literature and the syllabus provided for the same on the NTA UGC NET website, correct? So we have 10 units here. First of all, I would like to tell you the name of paper 1, so to say, is known as Teaching and Research Aptitude. Teaching and Research Aptitude. Now this particular paper is divided into, and solely not just related to teaching and research only. They are going to judge your critical thinking skills, your conceptual understanding of each and every unit. So paper 1 basically is further subdivided into 10 units, so to say, namely teaching aptitude, research aptitude, reading comprehension, communication, reasoning including mathematics, logical reasoning, data interpretation, information and communication technology, people and environment and higher education system, governance, polity and administration. Now the case is that the weightage required and the weightage of each and every unit is 5 questions per se, but that might vary according to the examination, the paper set by the examiner. So at time, let's just say, usually the 5 questions from each unit ही होता है, but at times let's just say if I have gotten 4 questions in teaching aptitude, right? I have put 4 questions in teaching aptitude. I might put 6 in research, 6 from research, correct? So totality में we need to have 50 questions at the end with the maximum weightage of 5 questions each from every unit. Now one thing that also is important to note down here is that paper 1, the number of questions which are asked in paper 1 are 50, correct? The number of questions are 50, 2 marks each, which makes it a paper of 100 marks. But there is no negative marking here. You can, be the one who's answering all the questions, but you will not be having any negative marking, so to say. You will get a 0 for an incorrect answer and a +2 for the correct answer, correct? So from each and every unit, different questions are asked. Now, number 1 tip that I would like to give you is, before any competitive examination, before you want to start preparing for the competitive examination, you will have to analyze your syllabus. You will have to see, I told you that the paper is divided into two parts, paper 1 and paper 2. Here we have 50 questions. Here we have 100 questions, which makes it a paper of 300 marks in totality, correct? With 150 questions in total, correct? So what you need to know about is that each and everything is provided on the NTA NET website. You will have to maybe get a printout of the same syllabus, get a knack of it, get an understanding of whatever the units are, supposedly going to ask, what the units are going to be all about. Because through the syllabus only, you will be knowing that what the unit will be comprising of, what you need to put your focus into, so on and so forth. So first of all, you will have to analyze your syllabus, go through it, and identify your weaker and stronger areas. Now, this is a question which generally is asked by many of the candidates is that should I practice DI? Should I practice comprehension? Should I not? Now, the one thing that is important is that it varies from one individual to the another. So if you are going to be the one who is good at mathematics and all, who's good at reasoning, who's good at DI and so on and so forth, you can identify it as your stronger area. You have a hold of it. If you are not good at maths and all, you can do much and more practice. You can know कि हाँ जी यहाँ पे maths है, तो maths मेरी importantly, like I am not so good at it, so I will put more emphasis, more practice into that field than the other, which makes me say that no unit is much or more important, so to say, because the weightage is 5 questions from each unit. So each unit holds equal importance. Sometimes the weightage might be the one which is disrupted a little bit, but again, the thing is that you need to know and practice each and every unit. First of all, identify what is stronger area of yours, what is a weaker area, right? Plan different strategies, give more time to your weaknesses, as I already told you, and make a habit of revision. Because revision at the end of when you are going to appear for the examination, let's just say only 1 month is left, you will be able to revise through whatever notes you have made, because you have done a constant revision each and every day. So let's just say if you are doing anything from research aptitude, any part, any chunk from research aptitude, let's just say the types of research which are there, you are revising the types of research each and every day. You've done 5 in day 1. You're going to do 5 on day 2 as well, but you're going to revise the same maybe before going to sleep or waking up early, however your schedule prefers, correct? So different strategies may, what I would like to suggest you, there are certain students who like to use acronyms, make mnemonics, right? तो आप shortcuts भी बना सकते हो. You can use your own tricks and all. Make your creativity appear there where it is needed. Correct? Second tip I would like to give you is analyze the previous year question papers, because they are going to give you an overall idea of what is the pattern, what topics from each and every unit are considerably important than the other ones. Let's just say you have started preparing for paper 1 and paper 2 holds a significant important place in your NET examination, taking your score up, right? So because of the fact that you need to know about the previous year question papers, action research बहुत बार पूछा गया है, right? So reading 4-5 research papers, analyzing them, analyzing the pattern is going to help you give a very much greater understanding of how the questions are formulated, how they change the wordings of the questions, and how, let's just say, पहले वो papers में improvement use करते थे. The keyword for action research, was improvement. Later on, they started using the word amelioration. The meaning stays the same, but they have used a different word so to confuse the students. So if you're analyzing the paper, you are going to know, and such a difficult word for some it might be, आप लोग उसको Google करोगे, you will get an understanding of, okay, improvisation means amelioration only, correct? Check the frequency of repeated concepts and also the repeated Questions. Now questions, if are repeated here in the NET examination, they are not repeated word by word. They are repeated by molding the words here and there a little bit, but the crux of the question remains the same. This is where your analyzation is going to analysis, sorry, is going to help you out throughout your preparation. करेक्ट. सो पैटर्न और उसका डिफिकल्टी लेवल की अच्छा रिसर्च में से these difficult concepts are there, and in the tip 1 you already would have identified your stronger and weaker areas. Now you are going to assess the level of difficulty of those stronger and weaker areas of yours. Correct. Then invest more times in important concepts and topics. Unit wise preparation strategy banani hai. Told you, by deciding your weaker, stronger areas, you know where you need to put much and more emphasis on, where you can be a little lighter in its tone. Weak versus strong areas again are going to be really important when we are trying to talk about this particular tip and trick, where we need our preparation strategy to be there. Timetable बना सकते हो. You know that these are the concepts that, and some people are night owl, कुछ early birds होते हैं, तो वो आप अपने तरीके से you will be able to settle it down according to your own way, how you want the preparation to go, and is it going to be more fruitful or not. Correct? That you are going to see in your preparation ka time only. Make notes, because notes are your friend. They are going to help you later on, and by note making is a strategy. Let me tell you, because note making me, there is nothing that you are going to note the paragraphs. If you're watching something, if you're reading something, you're not at all going to note the things in its entirety. You are going to make small crisp notes which are going to give you any kind of introduction, which are going to help you in revision. So note making process here, especially the handwritten ones, if you are much into tech, you can also make the soft copy wale notes, etc. That totally depends on how you want to prepare. But you should make your notes, is what I'm trying to put an emphasis on here. Because they help in easy revision and they save time. Because you are writing only the keywords, you are writing only the important things, which will make you recall what you have studied earlier. Correct? So you have to start making notes. Attempt maximum practice questions. Evaluate your preparation. Now you have done your entire unit, research aptitude. You are done with the concept. You are done with the ideas which are mentioned there. Now you want to see how much do I know about the concepts that I've studied. And how are you going to do that? You're going to practice. You're going to solve some mock papers. You're going to go and download the previous year question papers and solve them. And then evaluate your own performance and still see where your weaknesses are, what again are your stronger areas, right? Solve the questions, know about the type of questions that are asked from the topics, because you have already analyzed the PYQs. Now you're going to practice them. Increase confidence and develops the time management skills, because of course this particular examination, NET examination, this happens in CBT mode. That stands for computer based test mode, where you will have to be so much aware, and time management वहाँ पे बहुत important role play करेगी, because you are going to solve 150 questions in 3 hours. Now if you will be stuck on one question, you will not be able to move forward to the other. So you will have to strategize the entire thing, like how am I in the real examination also supposedly going to be. If you are gaining, let's just say for the very first time, if you are appearing for this particular examination, you're taking a mock test, you score very less. You will have your confidence a little bit decreased, but that thing will increase your understanding of the stronger and weaker areas. Second time you will put an extra effort here and you will study more, and your marks will also increase. That will lead to an increased confidence, and you will have that self-sufficiency, because now you know how to manage the time between the shifts which are happening from paper 1 to paper 2, the switches that you're making. Correct? Revise your topics. This revision could vary according to your timetable. You can make your timetable. You can revise each and every week the topics that you've done in the previous week. You can also revise daily. That I already tell you could vary from one person to other. It helps you grasp the concept thoroughly, as I told you about amelioration. That thing has stayed with me for life and is going to stay with me for life, because I have analyzed the papers, I have done some mock tests, I have downloaded the previous year question papers. Now I know these concepts, what these concepts stand for. If you have not revised, it means you are not prepared. क्योंकि एक point of time पे just through one point of time you will not be able to recall things. You will have to revise the same things time and again. Only then you will be able to call yourself fully prepared. Correct? Do not panic. Be relaxed. You can also start doing some kind of meditation. 10-minute meditation a day, yoga, कुछ भी आपको calmness feel कराने के लिए, you can do that. Do not panic. Do not lose confidence if you do not know an answer to a question. You are preparing for a competitive examination. The the nervousness is a natural feel here. But one thing which is going to help you solve the questions more efficiently is that you should not be panicking. If you do not know an answer to a question, skip to the other one, so on and so forth. Solve the easier ones, solve the ones which you are sure of, and then come to the one which you are not really sure of but can take some second guesses, so on and so forth. Correct? So if you want to remain focused during your NET examination, your preparation should include that you are not panicking at all, right? So divide your syllabus small sections में, however you want to do it, but yes, of course, from smaller chunks only. You're going to be the one who's going to master the entire unit, right? Same is the case with using the PYQs as something for practice along with that. You must devote 2 hours for paper 1 revision each and every day if you could, or weekly. That could vary according to the timetable that you're going to make for your own self. Must attempt 1 previous year paper for paper 1 each day. So 50 questions, you can download a paper, you can start solving those things each and every day, even if you know an answer to the question or even if you don't. 5 to 6 hours of revision for paper 2, because paper 2 is going to be your subject specific. Also, it's going to have 100 questions, right? So you need to be well versed, well revised in paper 2 as well, because paper 2 में आपकी असली knowledge जानी जाएगी. यहाँ पे conceptual clarity, the critical analytical understanding of paper 1 is going to be judged through the 10 units which are provided here. Must analyze PYQs for paper 2 as well. Correct? So this is the strategy which, according to the revision, the timetable might vary, but the major chunk I have tried to incorporate in this particular video. I hope to see you all again with some other things, some other videos, some other information in the upcoming videos. Thank you so much and have a good day.